What's up, YouTube fam? So recently I've had a lot of my friends, coworkers, family members interested in buying a Tesla ask me if FSD, full self-driving, is worth buying. Well, let me start off with this disclaimer. If you've been watching my channel, I do own two Teslas. I have a 2018 Model 3, which I purchased with enhanced autopilot, and a Model Y, which we recently purchased over the summer, which is just equipped with basic autopilot. Now, the Model 3 that I'm sitting in right now, like I mentioned, has EAP, and pretty much it's 80% of what FSD offers. So it pretty much does everything with the exception of local driving. So I'm about to take a quick trip on the highway and show some of you who are in the market for a Tesla the difference between standard autopilot and enhanced autopilot, which is included in the full self-driving package. Now, obviously I don't have the complete FSD package, but there's tons of videos by Tesla beta testers on YouTube, so go ahead and check out those videos. I'll leave some of my favorite YouTube beta testers links in the description below, and stay tuned for the end, which I want to give my opinion of whether it's worth buying FSD. So let's go for a ride. All right, guys, as you can see, I'm on the highway. There's a lot of traffic. I do live in Los Angeles. There's about 7 lanes here. What? So this is when autopilot really works real well. There's a lot of stop and go. So autopilot is definitely something I use every day. Like I did mention earlier, there is a difference, well, a huge difference between standard autopilot and enhanced autopilot. And I'm going to show you what I mean right now. So right now I'm on autopilot, and if you're planning to buy a Tesla, all Teslas now come equipped with basic autopilot. It's pretty much equipped with traffic aware cruise control and automatic steering and lane centering. So it's very basic. All it's going to do is stay here in the center, keep it centered, and it's going to stop and go for you automatically. It's not going to change lanes to the right or left on its own. It's just pretty much going to stay centered for you. Now that works well, but just be wary. I'm impatient, so if the driver in front of me is slow, or if you have somebody behind you who's in a rush and wants to get around you, or somebody to your left or right, you're going to have to disengage a lot. I'm now going to show you what enhanced autopilot is about. So here's the biggest difference. I can either punch navigate on autopilot, which is going to take the lanes on its own, which I'm going to show you, but you can also do auto lane changes by just turning the signal, hitting the signal. Right now it's to the left, it's going to turn to the left. As you can see, Tesla just turned to the left on its own. Again, you just hit the turn signal down and it turned on its own. You can also control the speed by pressing the dials. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hit navigate on autopilot, and it's going to pretty much automatically do lane changes on its own. It's also going to exit the ramp on its own. So let's see how this does in heavy traffic here. From past experiences, I've had to disengage because if I didn't, due to the heavy traffic, I end up missing my exit. So let's see how this does here on the 405 and see if it gets over on time without me disengaging and exiting where I need to be exits. Right, you can see it's trying to make a lane change right now. I have a car to my right. See if it does it. Oh, there you go. It's one lane change. It's about 2 miles out. There's a lot of traffic here. Gotta make sure you keep your hand on the steering wheel, otherwise you're gonna get the blue flashing warning light. And for those of you who are contemplating on buying FSD, they do have several other features as far as auto park. I've never used it because I know how to parallel park, but some of you guys who don't know how to parallel park, that may be big for you guys. So you know, but as far as I go, I don't use it. Never used it. And also summons. You could actually summon your car. Let's say you're in a tight parking space, or you're just being lazy, or if it's raining outside, you want your car to come to you. You can also have the car summoned for you. I've only used it for a handful of times, and just pretty much I used it for showboating. So you gotta ask yourself, is it really worth $10,000 for auto park, summons, and navigate on autopilot like we're seeing right now? As you can see, there's a big difference between standard autopilot and enhanced autopilot. Enhanced, as you can see, it's actually doing it on its own, as you can see. So we're about a mile and a half out. Let's see how it exits. See how it does. All right, I'm about a half a mile away from my exit. Let's see if it's able to make the lane change here on time. All right, my exit's coming up. All right, let's make the change, buddy. All right, wow. Actually made it on time. Took the we're in the right lane because we're about to exit right now. You'll notice as I exit, it's going to disengage and get me back to controls. I believe they do it like 300 or 400 feet before you reach the bottom of the ramp. We'll see right now. Navigate on autopilot, unavailable in 400 feet. So I got to be prepared to take control. It says this is unsupported exit. All right. So now I do have the controls. So that's enhanced autopilot in a nutshell. It does auto lane changes on its own, which is pretty cool. Other than that, you're stuck with standard autopilot, where you're gonna have to make the lane changes on your own. So if you like the idea of the car making the lane changes on its own and exiting on its own, then FSD is for you. All right, so hopefully that helps some of you guys who are still on the fence whether to buy FSD or not. I know I didn't give you the complete picture, but I gave you 80% of it. So like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of FSD beta videos out there, and that's the local portion of it. But there are other features in FSD, which I just showed you. There's a difference between standard and enhanced autopilot. And enhanced autopilot is what you're gonna get with the FSD package. I got lucky because when I purchased the EAP, it was about $5,000. I could still get FSD if I wanted to, but I have to cough up another $5,000. That's why over the summer when we purchased our Model Y, I decided just to stick with basic autopilot because, to be honest with you, I love driving my car. And basic autopilot is all you need, especially if you're doing road trips or if you're in a busy city like LA and there's a lot of stop and go. Other than that, I can't see myself using FSD locally because I do like driving this car. It's a very fun car to drive. And to be honest with you, even when I do highway driving, I like driving it because, you know, you get to speed up here and there, and just, you know, it's just a wonderful car to drive. But again, if you have the money, you have the funds to do it, and you think it's worth it, go ahead. But personally, I don't think it's worth it. But hopefully answer some of you guys' questions. Again, thanks for watching. Please consider sharing and subscribing if you haven't. And until the next video, work hard but play harder. Peace.